Ducati Monster 1200, 2014 to 2021 review. More relaxed approach to a big naked. A polite, distinguished, well-dressed gent in a crowded class of frantic, lunatic super nakeds. The 2014 to 2021 Ducati Monster 1200 stands out for the fact that it isn't a stripped-down superbike, making for a calmer character than the Yamaha MT-10, BMW S1000R, or Aprilia Tuono V4. Instead, the Monster is built as a more considered, civilized roadster, intended to offer the same cool and class as its air-cooled predecessors, but with added punch, comfort, and practicality. This isn't the first water-cooled monster. The S4 916 engine, S4R 996 engine, and S4RS 998 engine had all come and gone long before the 1200 arrived in 2014. When it did, the Monster 1200 replaced two of Ducati's large-capacity nakeds, both the simple, stylish two-valve Monster 1100 Evo as well as the ferocious, focused 1098 Street Fighter. Ride quality and brakes. The Monster 1200 prefers to roll steadily into turns, rather than snap quickly. On the first-generation model, handling is defined by its rearward weight bias. 52.5% of the bike's mass sits on the rear tire. Ducati had been so keen to create this low, lazy center of gravity they even moved the battery down to an odd spot on top of the swingarm, near the shock. That relaxed, stable nature extends to its lengthy wheelbase, 1,511 mm, and a riding position far more upright than previous Monsters. Handlebars sit hands 40 mm higher than the old 1100. Engine. A fantastic, engaging, and flexible road engine. Ducati's 1,198 cubic centimeters V-twin had previously been used in the 1098R, 1198, Multistrada 1200 and Diavel 1200, but was detuned notably for the Monster, where it made 170 brake horsepower in the 1198, 150 brake horsepower in the Multistrada and 160 brake horsepower in the Diavel. The Monster 1200S claimed 143 brake horsepower and 133 brake horsepower for the non-S model. On the surface, many saw that as disappointing, particularly given it was replacing the 153 brake horsepower Street Fighter. Reliability and build quality. Generally very good. If you think Ducati means a steady stream of mechanical and electrical issues, you might be disappointed to discover that most Monster 1200 owners report little to no serious problems. Some find their bike reluctant to find neutral, which can be a clutch issue. Sometimes the system needs bleeding, less frequently the hydraulic pressure needs checking or adjusting, which is a job for a dealer. Value versus rivals. The Monster 1200S was never built, intended or sold as a budget choice. Even back in 2014, it cost over £13,000 new, with 2017's updated model bumping that to around £14,500. Today it's £15,000, serious money. Used prices start around £7,000, with non-S versions only a few £100 cheaper. If you want the sportier 2017 on version, they start around £8,000, though many are still asking for more than £10,000. That's still decent money, though roughly comparable with a similar age Triumph Speed RR. Equipment. The S model means standard spec is pretty high, with its Alene suspension, instead of Kayaba forks and Sachs shock on the non-S bikes, and quality Brembo one-piece calipers. First-generation S models also came with LED indicators, a carbon mudguard and smarter machined wheels. The color TFT dash looks natty, but annoyingly doesn't include either a gear position indicator or a fuel gauge. Specs. Engine size 1,198 cubic centimeters. Engine type 4-valve, liquid-cooled, twin-spark L-twin. Frame type steel trellis. Fuel capacity 16.5 liters. Seat height 795 millimeters. Bike weight 213 kilograms. Front suspension 43 millimeters Kayaba fully adjustable USD fork. Rear suspension progressive linkage with Sachs fully adjustable monoshock, aluminium single-sided swingarm. Front brake 2x320mm semi-floating discs, radially mounted Brembo Monobloc M4.32 calipers, 4-piston, radial pump with Bosch cornering ABS. Rear brake 245mm disc, 2-piston caliper, with Bosch cornering ABS. Front tire size 120/70x17. Rear tire size 190/55x17. MPG, costs and insurance. Average fuel consumption 54 miles per gallon. Annual road tax £101. Annual service cost. New price. Used price £7,800 to £9,900. Insurance group. How much to insure? Warranty term 2 years. Top speed and performance. Max power 143 brake horsepower. Max torque 92 ft-lb. Top speed. A quarter mile acceleration. Tank range 197 miles.